Hi smart investors, today I'm going to be showing you how to turn credit cards into round the world tickets in business class. Sounds pretty exciting, right? And it certainly is. We all have that feeling where we just want to be in a different place. You know, we want to be out on a balcony, maybe overlooking a fantastic view, just like now. And all of a sudden you're on holidays with an incredible view. Fantastic. Alright, let's head back home and I'll show you guys exactly how to do this whole process. There's nothing worse than starting a trip out by being forcefully pushed through the business and first class sections into the back of the plane into cattle class, imagining yourself in those massive chairs that recline to a horizontal position and all that space. Well, now you can join the celebrities in the high class by purchasing an around the world ticket in business class via the OneWorld Explorer for free. So how many points am I going to need to fly around the world in business class? Well, I'm glad you asked. If you want to travel in economy, no one wants to travel in economy. If you did for some reason and you only wanted to pay airline taxes, you'd only have to spend 132,400 Qantas frequent flyer points to do so. Premium economy is a little bit more expensive at 249,600. But what we're really interested is in the business or first class flights. Business is 318,000 points and first class is 455,000 points. These point breakdowns are per person. First class and business will be the hardest to book due to the low availability and the demand for these reward point flights. Let's learn how to acquire the points you'll need to purchase this ticket. Whilst the ticket is free, you'll still be required to pay taxes, fees, and carrier charges for the flights. Avoiding high toll airports like Heathrow, London will save you a lot. You'll need to do some research to ensure that you fly the best route and pay the cheapest amount of taxes. Anyways, let's get started with acquiring points. There are many different ways to acquire points. You can buy them, although I'm not sure of the legality of doing so, or there's promotions, sometimes promotions from big companies like Woolworths where they will give you 10,000 points for signing up to something or buying a specific food item. But the best way is to sign up to credit cards. And the credit cards generally give you a welcome bonus. This is where you want to focus your time and effort because these welcome bundles that they provide, that's where you're going to make the bulk of your points. Once you have these credit cards, you want to make sure that you avoid paying late fees. The interest rates are staggering. You don't want to do it. If you cannot afford to pay your full credit card statement at the end of the month, you are spending way too much and you shouldn't be doing it, shouldn't be using it. This strategy is only good for people that are very good at managing their money and their finances and can pay the full amount of the credit card at the end of the month prior to the due date. Failing to do so will be a very quick way to heavy debt because the interest rates are like 20% or higher. Australians should sign up to the Qantas frequent flyer program. You'll want to avoid paying the $100 membership fee either through your credit card provider or by clicking the link in the description to sign up for free. Americans, you'll get the best opportunities through American Airlines AAdvantage program. Brits, you're going to want to take a look at the British Airways program AVIOS. If you're not in any of these regions, you can still take advantage by having a look at credit cards in your areas that provide points and make sure that that airline is a part of the OneWorld Alliance. So there are many ways to find these credit cards with exceptional welcome bonuses. One that's quite common in Australia is the ANZ. ANZ will generally provide an exceptional welcome bonus to its customers when signing up. To give you an example, one of the promotions they are running at the moment is 100,000 Qantas frequent flyer points. You'll get 1 point for every dollar you spend under the first $7,500. Anything over that, you'll get half a point. You'll need to spend $3,000 in the first 3 months to be eligible for the bonus package. If you keep your credit card for longer than 12 months, ANZ will award you with 30,000 Qantas frequent flyer points and 75 status credits. This is an incentive trap and you'll be forced to pay the full annual fee of 425 Australian dollars at the end of that 12-month period. Discounted rates are generally applied in the first year, with ANZ offering $150 cash back on this card. $0 annual fee cards are becoming harder to find, but they do exist, so have a look at OzBargain and Point Hacks for availability. Other bonuses of the credit cards generally include travel insurance, purchase protection insurance, rental vehicle excess in Australia insurance. They can generally throw in Qantas lounge passes as well, or other lounge passes. They generally come with 55 days interest free, which means that something you purchase today, you've got 55 days until you need to pay that. This can be pretty handy, especially if you have a mortgage or an offset account that you want to basically work down some debt in another area, or you prefer to invest that money. Purchase and cash rates are quite expensive. Rates between 15 and 25% are the norm. Always ensure you pay your credit card bills before the due date to avoid paying unnecessary debt. However, if you miss your payment by a few days, contact your bank. They might be willing to waive those late fees. As soon as you achieve your goal of getting the welcome points, you basically want to try and wind down that credit card, because if you were to apply for any of their promotions again, you need to have not been a customer for 12 months. So the earlier you can start that, the earlier you can get points again. So you're basically going to cycle through various banks. Your salary will definitely be a factor, and most of the high-end credit cards that provide the really big bonuses, you need to be on a salary of at least 75,000 Australian or more. This is generally applicable to international cards as well. This will also affect how much money you can effectively borrow. You want to stick to one credit card at a time unless you're spending more than $1,500 on a credit card. Anything else can be a bit overwhelming. If you're struggling to meet the criteria of spending $3,000 in 3 months on a credit card, what I would suggest is to purchase something like a gift card for maybe your local supermarket. So in Australia, you're able to purchase gift cards online with credit cards. So you can purchase like a Woolworths gift card for $500, and then you've already met that criteria of spending for the credit card. Let's go over some of the best credit card deals for August 2020. So in Australia, focusing on the Qantas frequent flyer plan, we have the ANZ card, and there's an exclusive deal with Point Hacks at the moment that came out just this morning, and you get 75,000 points. We've also got the Qantas Premier card, which is going to get you about 80,000 points and a $200 annual fee for the first year. In United States, you're looking at the American Airlines A Advantage. Have a look at CitiBusiness, which is 65,000 points for a 0 annual. In the UK, the British Airways AVIOS points. You're going to want to have a look at the Chase 100,000 points with a $95 annual. I just wanted to share with you guys an example trip that my wife and I created for our honeymoon. Unfortunately, due to health circumstances, we had to cancel the whole trip. But I had planned it all to go to 9 various countries all around the world in a period of 8 weeks. Those countries were Spain, France, Switzerland, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, Greece, Maldives, and Singapore. So there's 9 countries, 8 weeks. Taxes for the flights were 3,470 Australian dollars, and 3 additional flights were 1,528 Australian dollars. So the whole trip around the world was 4,998 Australian dollars for 2 people. After you have acquired all your points, the next big task to consider it will be planning your trip, working out exactly where you want to go, and meeting the criteria based on the OneWorld Explorer ticket. There are some rules that you need to be aware of when purchasing this ticket. You're only able to purchase award seats on flights. These are very limited, so competition can be quite high. You may find yourself booking a year in advance to take your trip, and maybe even more with the current economical situation. You'll only be able to travel up to 35,000 miles for the whole trip. You'll be able to stop in 5 cities. Your ticket will end if you enter your country or the city that you left from, so your origin. Also, if your itinerary ends in a port that is not your origin, then that distance from your origin to that country will also be included as your 35,000 miles. When planning your trip, start with the OneWorld website, work out your itinerary, then you'll need to look on the Airlines website for availability of those reward flights. Once you've got all your flight numbers and your whole itinerary planned, you can then contact your airline directly to arrange the booking of these flights. You'll just need to explain that you're booking a OneWorld Explorer ticket using points. Whilst there is additional work in managing your finances in relation to credit cards and then ultimately planning an incredible around the world trip, It is pretty straightforward to do, and you can do it in a way that is very, very cheap. If you want to get points quickly, you'll need to spend more on the annual fee. If you can wait it out and take your time, then you can wait for the deals with the $0 annual fee. And ultimately, then you only have to pay for your accommodation and for your airline taxes. I hope I've been able to provide you guys with an insight how you can take advantage of flying in luxury and not sitting at the back of the plane. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.